Good morning, everybody. Bitcoin, Chainlink, Avalanche, and Polkadot, the BitTensor. The assets are lining up for the absolute bullish explosion that we've all been waiting on. I'm ready to get into it. I'm ready to talk about these charts. We're seeing the setups. Jerome Powell made some comments today, relieved some of that bearish uncertainty. Are we about to see a front running of that Fed rate cut that's going to happen most likely around the middle of September, the next FOMC meeting? We have some setups. We have some incredible charts. We have the community. You're all here. If you're ready to get in here, if you're ready to get into these charts, everybody drop some emojis in here. Roll call time. I want to see everybody that is in here early. Every single one of you post something, whether it's a number, whether it's an emoji, something, but let's get into it. Let's get active. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell. Let's talk markets. The Bitcoin bulls are here. The crypto bulls are ready to rampage. We saw those discussions from Jerome Powell. We'll get into this here in a little bit, but we also see Ethereum. It's starting to make that decision to the upside. Is this going to hold, or will we get a whipsaw up and down? We also see BNB making that steady gain to the upside with CZ now out of prison, out in a house arrest. Constellation DAG also getting this rounding, showing that it's really trying to put it in this bottom and get the breakout kicked underway. Aave making moves, breaking through this trend line, setting up for a further move. Avalanche also looks shooting right through the target that we had, on its way to this next level up and then on and beyond. We got some incredible things today. We got some incredible setups. Chainlink also moving up. I made a purchase of Chainlink this morning. I think the price was roughly about right here. Now, where was it at? It was somewhere in this zone right here. We also got BitTensor, Tau moving to the upside. We see DOT. Come on, DOT. We see DOT trying to make its way up. We have this Adam and Eve pattern coming here, suggesting a bottom has been put in. We see Stacks also starting to break out. We see Near breaking out of the zone. A bit of an Adam and Eve pattern, a little lopsided here, but making those moves to the upside. Aerodrome, not yet making the move, but it's starting to round out. We're seeing this flip from basically money coming out of the market to going neutral to starting to come in. We see Ondo sitting here being held at bay before a further move to the upside. We're seeing a lot of movement in these markets. We see the total crypto market cap pushing right about $2.2 trillion. And in the last hour, we've seen some movement. Phantom up 3%. Immutables up about 1%. Celestia, why is this not? There we go. I don't know why. We see a Celestia up about 2% in the last hour. But what we're really seeing, check this out, over the last 24 hours, ASI up 14%, Say up almost 13%. Immutable. We're seeing some things. We got some signals here suggesting what is going on and where things may be going. So if you like that, hit the like button as you roll in, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell. We got some things to talk about today because the setups are here. It doesn't mean it's up and away in this moment. But when we're looking at the midterm, into the macro, things are shaping up absolutely incredible for all of you that are positioned and not chopped out in this uncertainty. In fact, we have a signal from some smart money talking about what is to come. Now, if this is your first time, it's not going to be your last time. My name is Kelly Kellum. Welcome to the BitLab Academy, where we bring you meaningful tools, content, resources, and an empowering community. That's what this is about here. And I shout out, and I'm grateful for every single one of you. I'm going to shout this out at the beginning of the stream so you all know, and I will call it out here in a little bit as well. But we do have a $100 giveaway today. And in order to participate in it, head over to this tweet right here. I'm going to post it in the live chat. Head over to this tweet right here. Retweet this and make sure you sign up. No KYC, no VPN, nothing needed. You can utilize it anywhere. I always use a VPN no matter what I'm doing in crypto, but it's not required. I think this works everywhere but the UK. But sign up here on this link right here. Join here. Join CoinW, and you're going to get access to our private Telegram, essentially, that allows. We have all kind of different trade signals, live trading streams with professional traders from CoinW, myself. We're bringing in a consortium of a bunch of other professional traders as well. So you're getting access to a lot. And when you deposit $100 or more, you're going to get access and you get a reward of $100. $200, you get a reward of $200. Deposit $3,000, you get a reward of $1,000. All these rewards will go out at the close of this on the 29th or 30th of this month. But go ahead, retweet this tweet. I just posted it in the live chat, and sign up there at CoinW. We are kicking off the access into this Telegram new thing. It's going to be called Signal Labs, specifically for traders, because most of the content we do on basically here on the live streams is more position, longer term minded stuff. But if you want to get into the trading signals, go ahead and retweet this. You get entered to win $100. We're going to be randomly drawing that today at the end of the stream. Now, talking about what's going on in this market, let's get into it. This is a signal setup. This is the signal setup that we're looking for. I know I've talked about it before, but let's look at it. This metric here, this is a global liquidity. This is that push of bullish, just risk on appetite. When this breaks out of this zone, look at this. This front ran this uptrend. When this had a little bit of sideways action, this broke out here, and then the Bitcoin trend breakout very shortly followed after. This is a monthly chart. Similarly, where we at right now, this is not yet broken out, but this is breaking to new all-time highs. This is the signal that is saying the gas pump is in the car, it's showing full, and the engine has started. The question is, are you going to get in this car and ride or not? That's what we all need to be paying attention to right now. Now, when we move on from this, shout out to Kevin Svensson, by the way, also always putting out such great content. Now, looking here, smart money is bullish. Don't bet against them. A thread from Game of Trades. Institutional investors bought the dip. I showed you this in a on-chain chart the other day showing Bitcoin wallets with over 10,000 Bitcoin have been stacking up since about the end of July, whereas every other cohort was selling. Now it's getting to the point where almost everybody is starting to buy as well. But retail, a lot of retail in traditional markets and in Bitcoin, they get scared with that little bit of a baby blip of a dip. That's right. And smart money is buying that up, preparing for that move to the upside. So do not bet against smart money because they know how to play these trends. They're not being attacked. They're not attacking their profitability by entering in emotional trades. Now, going on here, how is this going to go up? Well, we have liquidity coming in, which is global money injecting into the system. We're already seeing it kick up in People's Bank of China. We're already seeing it starting to kick up in sort of stealth quantitative easing here in the U.S. But also think about supply and demand dynamics. U.S. Bitcoin ETFs continue to buy more than 100% of the new supply. What makes prices go up on any asset? It could be a t-shirt, it could be a stock, it could be a crypto project. It's when there's more demand to buy it, than there is supply to fulfill those orders quickly. So what we're seeing is here, remember, there is inflation in Bitcoin. It's the Bitcoin that's mined roughly every 10 minutes when these miners are confirming transactions and blocks, right? They get rewarded. The reward for these miners just got cut in half on the halving that happens every 210,000 blocks, which is roughly every 4 years. This just happened on April 19th. Currently, we're getting about 450 Bitcoin created, new Bitcoin created today. And basically what we're seeing just yesterday, 1,000 were bought. So just from the ETFs alone, not even including basically just the regular old centralized exchange, purchasing, there's more demand from ETFs than there is supply. We are set up for the most incredible bull run. It's just right now is a matter of patience and timing. Monday through Thursday, we've had 1,800 Bitcoin created. 4,270 have been bought by the ETFs. Since January 10th, 152,000 Bitcoin have been created. 295,900, roughly 300,000 Bitcoin have been bought by the ETFs. And remember, this is all the early adopters that were ready to absolutely ape into these ETFs as soon as they launched. This does not even account for the scale of the S curve of adoption that we are about to kick into from those 330,000 registered investment advisors that are just now starting. They haven't even truly begun. They're just now starting to learn about these financial products, these ETPs and ETFs, Bitcoin spot ETFs and Ethereum as well, but to start pushing them out to their clients to say, you need to get a 0.25% allocation, a 1% allocation, a 5%, whatever. It's going to be different sort of risk appetites depending on the agent, but also depending on the client, right? But we're seeing the data of what's happened since January 10th is already blowing the minds of traditional finance because it's broken every record out there of any asset, not just crypto, any asset ever. In the first, I think it was like 130 days or 160 days, two different Bitcoin spot ETFs broke the record of the fastest growing traditional ETF or any ETF that had preceded it. They broke the record by like 3 years to get to $10 billion in assets under management. BlackRock and Fidelity, two different assets within the Bitcoin ecosystem in traditional finance, broke the record of any asset in history with the appetite to buy it. And those were only the early adopters. So when you ask yourself, and we're looking at this market and we see what is going on here on Bitcoin, and we like, oh my God, why isn't it not breaking out? The question is, why are we being frustrated that it's still giving us opportunity before the price runs away from us? I am thrilled that we're still sitting here, and we've been talking about this for some time. Let's go to the daily, double click here, put it on auto mode. Remember, we're at 126. I think today is actually 127. Let's move this one day. There, we're on the 120. We're on 126. So right there, boom. We're on the 126th day, 127th day, whatever it is. And that's still within the time period that we have allocated, that we've sort of taken from the last two cycles to understand when there might be a likelihood based on the analog of the last two cycles of when that price is going to run away. And look at when this date is. I kind of put a box here because it's never going to be on the exact day. It's from roughly about September 14th, September 15th to maybe the end of October. I would venture to guess we're not going to be, too much beyond this basically September 28th date. I would expect that we'll likely start breaking up into the zone before we get to this date. And it's because of all these bullish pressures that are persisting and only increasing in this market. So if that's the case, we talked about the Wyckoff accumulation with the dip, a little bit more of a dip. And then the spring meaning kind of like you're jumping off a roof, boom, onto a trampoline to get that launch up to the next new highs. All this coming into very big date in the beginning of November, with now crypto being a talking point in these campaigns. This is incredible. Why are we frustrated? This is the setups are here. We just need to be a little bit more patient. So let's close that out and look and realize that the inflows of coins from other exchanges to Coinbase has resumed, which means that demand has picked up, which in turn is a bullish signal. Essentially what this is showing is based on the metric of the data of the Coinbase flow pulse. This is also, accounted very, very well for strong bullish price action. Even here, before it happened, it was a signal that that move was about to come. Look at this right here, all the green. This is basically showing when that flow is very positive into Coinbase. Similarly, look, flips negative, we get a downturn. Flips negative, we get this downturn. And it started persisting here, and it kind of front ran it, and then boom, we get that pop. Flip negative, we got a little bit of the chop there. Boom. I think things got a little overheated here because we're attacking that level of the previous all-time high, as well as the time basis of days post previous all-time high, as well as days post-halving. And now we're coming into that. We have to wash out to the downside. And now the question is, will this flip back to bullishness start to set up the signal for move to the upside? Now, I want to shout out everybody that is in the room right now. We got 143 people here. Roll call right now. I want to know where you're tuned in from, what city, what state, or what city, what country. Let's see who is the furthest from where we're at here in Atlanta. I'm curious what the reach is, because we got such a great community here. And just a reminder, as everybody flows in, we are doing a $100 giveaway at the end of the stream, and I want to make sure all of you have access to it. We do have channel partner here with CoinW, and we are doing a giveaway, and that's all you have to do is head over to this tweet right here, and I will post it into the live chat. Go to this tweet, retweet this tweet. We're going to do a random drawing from those of you that retweet. We're going to randomly draw at the end, and in order to get the $100, you need to sign up here. If you have an account, create another account. Here on CoinW, you will get access also, which we're going to roll out this weekend, to a private signals Telegram group where we're doing live trading, we're doing charts, we're doing signals for those smaller time frames, not people that are just buying and holding into the next top of the bull market. Those people that are actively wanting to trade and get signals and, get feedback. And that's what this is about. And it's free for anybody that signs up here through this. Just join here, retweet that tweet. You also get access to $100. And remember, you deposit $100, you also get a $100 bonus. You deposit $3,000, you get a $1,000 bonus. So do whatever makes you happy. Protect yourself. Do not put everything that you have in a portfolio in any exchange. We're going to teach you how to do this smart. So let's get back into it. I just wanted to make sure you all know that before we roll into these charts and signals of what's going on. So bullishness set up, looking at what's going on. Powell goes full dove, the cooling conditions, blah, 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 blah. What did he say right here? It said at this time, it's time for the policy to adjust. That immediately started getting a little bit of the gears kicking in the bulls, but the gears have been kicking in the bulls on the macro for some time. This has just been a washout of those that don't deserve the profits that are to come. I want to run through these charts because I want to get into the TA. I want to get into the signal. I want to get into what is going on in these markets. And while you're all just rolling in here, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ding the bell, because we got some great things, different content coming on this channel all the time. And about 50% of you are not even subscribed. So what are you doing? Hit that subscription button down below this video. And I do want to say, I forgot what I was going to say, but that's okay. Oh, throw in 2 altcoins that you'd like to see some TA on in the live chat. And those that get the most tallied, I will do some TA on those as well. And of course, anybody that super chats a coin, we will look at that as well. Now, coming back over here, you should start worrying about Bitcoin when the Bitcoin price temperature goes above 6. You're worried that the price top might have already been in? No, I mean, look at how low this temperature is. This is so low. This is, even if you drew a trend line from here across, we would still, that's where that 6 comes in, somewhere roughly about right in this zone. We are still, this has just been sort of that pre-parabolic push, small washout, move to that side. Remember, in this cycle right here, we had 8 moves of washouts, 26 to 40, I think it was 26 to 45% move, basically dropped 26%, 40%, 30%, 40%, 40 something percent, 35%. I mean, and here we've had a 20%, another 20%, another 20%, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because up here at the top in the price where we're at right now, I mean, think about it. This has been a move. This was a move. It wasn't small. It's about, that was about 18%. And then from this area, we did about 21%. And then from this area right here, let's move that. We did about 27, got a little scary. And then right here, we got another one about 29. From the top here to the bottom here is also a 33% move. We have shaken the rope long enough. We're starting to see this persist. The bulls, I mean, the lack of supply is starting to become, and it will become an issue. And the moment risk really starts to come back in the market, which we're already seeing in the traditional markets and equities, these prices are going to blow you away when you look at this. And a year from now, you're going to be like, I was worried about this when the price, oh no, well, it's not going to be all the way up there. I was about to put it in the millions. That's not what I meant. Let's go like this, zoom it out. But when the price is up here in the 115s, the 120s, potentially all the way up here, I mean, the price can go so far. When we look at this at the BLX and we put this on the, let's go on the 3-day, double click here. Let's remove this so we can see more of the screen. And just notice there's two primary targets I'm looking at, and there's a huge gap between them. And you have to not have one target in mind. You have to have a conservative target and then have your bullish dream target, right? So the two targets that I have measured out here are basically about $101,000. And then, of course, there's a huge gap there, $291,000. Now, where do those targets come from? Well, if you notice this giant cup and handle, this target right here is just a measurement of the basically measuring from the deepest portion of this cup up into the neckline. And then you take this at the point of breakout, boom. And we can kind of do two targets from this as well. This takes us up to that 290,000 sort of zone. You can measure from the bottom side of this to be a little more conservative, and we have something about 239,000. Now, I don't necessarily think particularly we're going to 291,000, but we have to understand the possibility of this sort of acceleration in adoption coming in this cycle because of all these ETFs and these registered investment advisors that are going to start pushing this, and corporations. Everybody's going to be clamoring to get their hands on this. So the question is, will price run away, or will we get a somewhat not muted, but a smaller return than expected, which could be somewhere in the $100,000 to $130,000 range? Because of that, I'm looking also, remember we were talking about hash ribbons the other day. If we look at the, actually I have a chart on it. Let me see. Which one is it? This one right here. The hash ribbon just recently flipped back to a buy signal, and the average of the last 5 times that it happened in a bullish trend just happened again right here. Is it 121% move, right? And that would put us right here about $144,000. So interestingly, that's on the lower half of that large gap that we were just talking about. But I do think that this general target is something that we can, I don't want to say comfortably expect, because you need to hedge yourself and you need to make sure you're taking money off the table, paying yourself. So this isn't just numbers on a screen. So when price starts getting above 110, I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be breaking it down with you, looking at divergences, looking at money flow, looking at volume, because once it starts getting into the zone, there's a very real possibility this is about as high as we go. If there's strength that comes in and it's just, that runaway train, that's when you start looking at those upper targets. But we don't want to be moon boys. I do think, remember, this is not financial advice. This is strategy advice. I do think, though, that when this really starts to get going, we can see this price action, I think by the end of the year, be up here in the 90s, maybe attacking that 100,000 mark. But there's a strong likelihood, as Kevin Svensson has pointed out, if this pushes up in here and we get basically a lower high on or divergences on MACD and RSI, we start seeing money flow also having divergences. We have to pay attention for potential pullback there. $95,000 to $105,000 potential pullback back into that $85,000 range, maybe even retesting this high here at 74,000. But we can't talk about that yet. We just have to be considering what things may happen before they do, so you don't get triggered emotionally by it. We want you to be prepared. We got a couple more charts to go over, and then we're going to get in some TA on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Avalanche, Link, and some of the coins that you guys threw there in the live chat. And shout out to every single one of you that's here. If you are here for the first time, welcome to the family. We got such a wonderful community here. Now, this is obviously showing we're nowhere near the top. And I shared this morning on my Twitter. Attempting this breakout, a strong breakout past 62.2 will likely see price teleport up to $64,000. Jerome Powell, he just said, may be appropriate to adjust the strategy, aka the cutting of rates, which starts to give an indication. Remember, we're speculating not just on price, but in order to do that, we're speculating to how other people's will play the speculation in the market. So if everybody's expecting rate cuts, and there's a lot of people that are assuming rate cuts are going to make the market go up, even if that is or isn't the case. But if that's the general narrative, then there's a strong likelihood people are going to start to front run that decision, front run that FOMC meeting that's coming in mid-September. So if that's the case, just let's be prepared for that. And the bulls, I do think, are about to break out of a pen to front run that rate cut in September. So let's pay attention to this. And we see here on the BitLab trading stack, the oscillators here on the bottom, momentum wave come up, a little bit smaller here, and it's starting to cross bullish. We also see this pink wave has flipped back onto the positive side. We see a little bit of blue there, meaning the water of the grass grows when you water it, and we're starting to see that money flow flip positive here on this 8-hour chart. We've also broken out of the symmetrical triangle. We're attacking these previous range highs. If we can clear this zone, 62, a little bit beyond this, 62.2, I do believe that there's going to be some pretty strong action. We can see that on the liquidation heat maps. We see this hot zone. The price got sucked up into it to get that free liquidity. If we can break through this, look, there's nothing above us. Essentially, it's like a hot knife through butter. That's what we're looking for. John T says, link TA, please. We will do some chain link TA. We're going to get into that in just a moment. So everybody stick with me here. I appreciate y'all being here. Big love to every single one of you. Now let's go ahead and close that. And here's the other thing. Why 64,000? Because we can also see if Bitcoin can maintain support at that $60,300 level that I've already kind of pushed up above. The next key resistance levels to watch is 64,066. Now, why is this? Because this is showing you, if you've never seen this type of chart, this is showing you how much Bitcoin was bought or exchanged hands at these levels. And currently, we still have, quite a bit of Bitcoin, for instance, that was bought here at this 66 level. Also see this right here, this large peak, 64. Now, why would that necessarily be a sort of a sell wall or a hurdle for it to climb? Because if a lot of people have been underwater in their short-term holders, because if somebody bought it, 64 recently, not in the last cycle, if somebody bought it 64 and they're like, they can't deal with this emotion, they're just so happy it comes back to that price. Some people de-risk at that level. So understand that. Chanaka says, injective, AVAX, Ondo, FTM, Phil. I'm going to go ahead and put this in a star in my favorites to make sure I see that. See, I love it when you guys get active in the live chat. I see what you're saying, and I'm able to give you what you want as well as giving you what you need. So get active in that live chat. John T, thank you, brother. Now looking on to, we're about to get into it. We're almost there. Looking into this Bitcoin post-halving correction is nearing an end. Second half of September, October should initiate the next leg up. What did we just show on these charts? When we look at this chart right here, what do we have? Second half of September starts after September 15th. And then look at this, into October. That is a time box that I also am looking at for when this move is going to happen. And look at this dashboard right here. This is on the BitLab trading stack on the BitLab Trend Fuel, which is what this is. Where, and you, by the way, you can adjust this. You can come in here, you can turn off the VWAP, or you don't like the stochastics, you just want the RSI. Maybe just you want stochastics and not the RSI. Boom, you can make it a lot cleaner. And you have the negative money flow, positive money flow, the momentum waves. The momentum wave showing when there's a lot of buying, showing these flipping green, or when there's a lot of selling, when they flip red, like in here. And it can happen on either side. But it gives you more context of what's going on. And then you get a dashboard of whether the signals that are within this are generally bullish, neutral, or bearish. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 signals. 5 of them are set up in a bullish stance right now here on this 3-day chart. And it looks like the stochastics just found a bottom and are trying to make that next move up. So, I mean almost look at that inverted head and shoulders also here with his momentum waves. This is looking like it's trying to make the move, everybody. Yeah, I mean, it's just right now. And again, I talked about this the other day. Watch out for a trap up, a little washout like this, and then a move. That's a very real possibility because there's so much pent up excitement and fear about what's happening in this market, but also what's happening in global markets. This is why we need to come together here every day on BitLab Academy. I hope you're hitting that subscription button. Now, coming on to what we're looking at, previous cycle, this is at pre-halving. It was pre-parabola. Let's call it that. The pre-parabola sort of impulse up, the washout down, and then we have the global economic shutdown. But look at this trend line that it created. Similar to what we're seeing right now, the impulse up, the washout down, and then the Black Monday we just had 2 weeks ago came down to 49,000. Are we setting up for that real kickoff of the bulls? Let me know what you guys think in the poll that's there in the live chat. Currently, we see about 47% of you think the price is going to go up over the weekend and create a CME gap down. So if we can all be aware of that, meaning price continues going up over the weekend, CME futures close on Friday, they open Sunday night. If the price is higher than it was on Friday, then you have a gap below that the price tends to come back down and fill. So that would set up exactly what I was just talking about looking here. If we get this over the weekend, having a gap below, coming down, maybe not this low, but coming back down to fill it. Looking right here on the CME futures chart, these are the gaps I'm talking about. So when price was pushing up, everybody's like, man, we got a big ass gap down there. And what we do, we came down, we didn't even clear it because we had a huge fall over the weekend. So we actually had to come back up to clear both of these gaps. They're cleared now. We cleared it also with these wicks. So if the price pushes up and we Sunday that we have a basically a gap below us, then we'll likely see the price, for instance, if the price does say the price opens, say that the price closes here, right, today, and it opens like somewhere up here on Sunday, then you'll likely have to come down, which essentially would be a retest of this zone. So it's not a terrible thing. You just have to be aware of that. If you have a small reversal on Sunday, if the price goes up over the weekend, you're not like, oh my God, I got to get out because it's about to crash. No, you just understand the context of the market. Okay, if you're going to delete, there we go. Now, what else we got? We got a couple more things, and we're going to get in some TA. Okay, Bitcoin breaking out of a bullish reversal pattern. I covered this earlier this week, that inverted head and shoulders. We are breaking out of that. It's this right here, shoulder, head, shoulder. Okay, things are setting up in a beautiful way. Also, Ethereum could repeat the last moves. Retest completed. Upcoming rally will send Ethereum to 15,000, says Trader Tardigrade, and that would be relative to these highs projected out. Now, we'll see, because we do see somewhat diminished returns typically on subsequent tops over cycles. However, we just got capital channels put in place and regulation and clarity with the Ethereum spot ETFs. So whether we get 9,000 or 15,000, regardless, we're in a position right now before some major moves to the upside. Similarly, with the altcoins, how many of you out there have collectively, if you put all your altcoins together, do you have more altcoins than your Bitcoin holding? Throw a 1 in chat. If you have more Bitcoin total than all your altcoins collected together, put a 2 in chat. It seems like we got a lot of people that really, really want to see some explosive gains and kind of taking on a little bit extra risk. And that's why we try to do this show every day, to keep you making sure you're not over allocating yourself. But we're seeing the altcoin market. This is a total too. Everything in the market minus Ethereum. This is starting to break this big resistance, these lows, this bounce, this top, starting to break out. Crypto crank with the larger Bitcoin allocation. I respect the vibe. Now, Ben, Duncan, Neanger, Joey Crypto, shout out to everybody that's in here, and shout out to everybody participating. Shout out to Istophobic with the $2 super chat. He said, could I get some AVAX sauce in a long? Let's get the sauce going, guys. I'm tired of these tweets and nonsense, but let's talk about Link real quick, and then we'll do Link TA. And I brought this up the other day, but Link is just getting stronger and stronger. They just had Bank of America using Chainlink patent to improve banking efficiency, let alone all the different real-world asset tokenization. Also, their partnership with, or their integrations with Swift. And I mean, they're one of the most integrated tokens out there. So let's go ahead and look at that. And also, before we move on from this, boom, we also have Avalanche, which we'll go into right after Link. I mean, I talked about this yesterday, but I don't think you guys realize how big this is. Franklin Templeton is a $1.6 trillion institution, and they have 420 million tokenized treasuries fund now on Avalanche, in addition to the Grayscale news with the Grayscale Avalanche Trust. So let's talk about it. How many of you hold Link? How many of you hold Avalanche? How many of you hold both? Let me know. Let me know. Now, and just remember, if you're at a loss in this market, Bitcoin has been profitable for over 96% of its history. So that means if you're at a loss and you capitulate out, you couldn't handle 4% of the entire life of Bitcoin is the times when it's down. Somehow it eats the majority of the people alive and eats their profits. Now let's get into these markets. Let's get into what we're doing. Link first. So we had this symmetrical triangle. It kind of broke to the downside, but really this just invalidated that triangle. So what we can do here is look at this. Kind of had, the washout here, V-shaped recovery, but we have a bit of a trend line here. And a bit of it's kind of a wonky sort of channel of sideways. Chainlink likes to do these sideways consolidations, but then we get that jolt, boom, comes up, but it's coming up right into. This is on the 4-hour chart. Let's put on the volume. It's coming up. Look right into this. Is why I love the BitLab trading stack. Comes right into this area that is automatically painted on your chart with the BitLab volume, the order block, essentially, which is where large amounts of big clusters of big dollar values worth of orders entered right at this price level. Similarly, right here, you see this block as well. See that block? And there's another block that's created below us. So we pushed up right into this order block. If we do get a small pullback, I'd be expecting to come back down here into the low, like 1120, 1118 sort of zone. Potentially even coming all the way back down to 1079. But that's if we get a deeper pullback. But I'm looking at something like this. We have the money flow flip positive here on the 4-hour. What does it look like on the 6-hour? Yeah, flip positive. See, what I'm talking about is this flip to blue, but we're getting some bearish signals here, and the stochastics are relatively high. And so when we get down on this smaller time frame, we see the momentum's trying to roll over a bit. So it's going to depend on where there's an impulse here from buyers, right? If bulls are defending this, not letting this, get a reversal now, at some point we will get a reversal. But when we look at this, let's put on the next stage here. We had a bearish signal here. We had all this high volume, teal candles with stopping volume. Part of the BitLab trading stack is painting your picture. Now, what did we talk about before on this? There we go. So we have the trend signal line, green line, coming right up into where this order block is as well. So if we do get a little bit of a washout, I'm looking at this as a great opportunity right in this zone before we have a likely continuation higher. So long as the market as a whole doesn't have some sort of terrible, catastrophic breakdown. Now, remember, everybody, we are doing the giveaway here in about 5 minutes. So if you want to participate in a $100 giveaway, head over. I'm going to post it in the live chat again. Go over to this tweet, retweet it. Make sure you sign up on this link. Join here. It's also directly below the video. If you go right here, click on this link right here. You have to sign up for CoinW as well. Deposit $100 or more. You get bonus rewards when you deposit. It's all your money. But by participating and trading with us, we're also going to be doing all the live signals, the live trading. We got a couple different experts that are going to be part of it as well. It's going to be a great community there. And obviously, of course, if you want to take it deeper, get into BitLab Academy. That link is right there next to my name, lab.bitlabacademy.com. You get half a month free, and it's 33 or more % off for the life of your account. We have so much great content in here. Now, talking about what's going on here in Link. So this is what I'm looking at. Potential move down in here, test this sort of zone, continuation to the upside. We want to watch for a clear break of this, not just 1179, but I'd say right here about this 12 mark, which is this low. That's what I'd be watching for that next move. Now, Avalanche. But I mean, getting back to Link, considering that the previous all-time high was up here about $55, okay? But this move, this breakout to the upside, even before we get to this first major order block on the weekly, this is the 382s at $23. That is a massive move from where we're at right now. If you felt like this got away from you when it came up here, this is opportunity. And we drew this. We did this together up here. We were talking about a target down here in the 8s, 7s. People didn't believe it. Boom, came down here. So now, even from here, that move is not a small move. That move would take it all the way up here. That's a 100% move to get to that 382. The golden pocket is a 211% move. The previous all-time high, is about a 385% move. And this is the most integrated crypto out there. I think it's probably among the safest play in the whole market. Now, anything can happen, but with how tied in with the entire market they are, what a play. Now, similarly, we got Avalanche. We were talking about these lower levels coming down into these zones, and it came right down into it. Came down to this next level. Now, what we have here, this is on a weekly chart. I hadn't seen this before, so let's throw this on the chart. We got a bit of a nice trend line here from this zone right here coming down. And look at this reversal. Got the impulse up into resistance down. Got the reversal up into the resistance. The question is now going to be the time that it breaks? Well, we just got a momentum wave rolling over. Look at this on the 3-day chart. Look at how much green is on here. How many signals are set up in a bullish posture? This is a 3-day chart. So what's it? And the money flow is still negative. So let's see where the money flow starts to flip. Look at that. Daily money flow flip positive. Look at all the green there. What's it looking like on the 4-hour? So we're getting a little bit of mixed signals now, which means on this smaller time frame, we may see a little bit of a pullback. And that makes sense because we're just now attacking breaking out of this zone. So there's going to be a little hesitation. We also have this high right here. I'm looking right here. This high to this high is just a little bit lower, right? We also have the stochastics coming down like this. And let's look at the price action in relationship to this. During this time, from this point right here, coming all the way down over here on the stochastics, what is the price doing? It's going up. So there's some bearish divergence setting up on this zone, which isn't the end of the world, but it makes sense as it's coming into a known level. It's actually, we might not have even broken that. If we let's go here. So yeah, I mean, one could argue this is actually the line, because these 2 points, these points, these points, these points. Now, in this case, we have broken out of the zone, but look, now it makes it clear. We're coming into, let's delete some of these lines. These are all kind of irrelevant now. We're coming into the order block here on the 8-hour. Now, look at this reversal sign, front ran it, 3 bullish divergences, boom, pumps to the upside. I do expect a little bit of cooling here. Maybe a bull flag gets printed. So this is kind of, I mean, the setup is here. Any dips on this, I'd be jumping at the opportunity to buy. I added Avalanche to my portfolio yesterday or 2 days ago as well. Smash the like button. We appreciate you, Kelly. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Green Day Profits. We're all here for the Green Day Profits, aren't we? I don't know where that's showing up. It's not showing up. I tried to put up your thing on there, but it's not showing up. But 26, I mean, we're in the $26 range, and this, I mean, this what a steal at 16 came back up. So, I mean, I'm looking for an opportunity zone if this does. And remember, we're always watching this weekly VWAP. If this does drop into this dynamic support zone here on the BitLab trading stack, watch, especially as the trading signal line comes up and the weekly VWAP, there's giving us a zone right in here, which is going to be right at this little point of hesitation and price action, which suggests around 23.59 might be a great opportunity if we get a dip down into the zone, if we're not just forming a bull flag. Now we got, let's see, we have something else I wanted to show you. Oh, Tau, we talked about this yesterday, the support line, and now breaking up beyond this zone, we have this Adam and Eve pattern. I mean, the move off this low is just astounding. It's already up 115%. We talked about this and the trend shift, the bullish signal, all the stuff on the indicators showing. And then we got the momentum clip right here showing that large move. Now, when we're looking at this on the 4-hour, let's, did you notice that as well? Come on, volume. You can do it. There you go. Coming right into the order block here on the 6-hour. Double order block. There's one that printed here. See this right here, the smaller one right here, and then another one that printed back here. We're coming up into a zone, not only from the order blocks, but also these previous range highs, as well as this range high, as well as all these range lows. This tells us that on BitTensor, we've got this whole zone right in here that is going to be very important for us to get through to have the large continuation of the upside. And did you notice how big this giant W double bottom formation is? Clearing this zone would be paramount to the bulls fully taking over on this in the near term. Near also breaking above this zone that we've been watching. Adam and Eve pattern, boom. So where are we targeting? Look, it's coming right now into these zones. if this does continue to have a move to the upside, I would look right here, option F, give a Fibonacci. This is the zone we're watching. And look at this golden pocket right here is perfectly in line. Let's turn off the volume. Perfectly in line with where this low is and all these highs are. What am I talking about? Let's draw it. Let's draw this box. Boom. Drag it across. And look at all the chop that is right in the zone. So this is the level we're really watching for near. We may get a small little hesitation here, retest, but we're watching this zone, 527 to 537 zone for, and then the next target up here will be about 634. I mean, injective. I remember I got a couple more I have to do from, I remember I saved that one from, okay, this is too big of a box, so let's delete this box. This zone right here, we've broken out of it. Cool. Where are we attacking right now? These kind of lows and these zones right here. We have a golden pocket. Yeah, we're attacking the golden pocket now from this move. And let's delete this. Boom. Option F, top to bottom. So we're at the 382 of this move right here. Boom. Golden pocket is going to be up here at $26. This is looking like it's trying to do some stuff. And you can see on these momentum waves, see all this comes up, got a bullish divergence, getting more bullish signals here on the daily. Stochastic's trying to reverse to the upside. We're trying to get that money flow positive. It's not quite bleeding through yet. Now it's flipping here on the 8 hour. On the 6 hour, yeah, flipped bullish, but we're starting to get the hesitation, right? So if we do get a little bit of a sell-off here or consolidation even in the zone, that's okay. But what we're really wanting to do on this is notice that we have a falling channel here. Come on. Let's delete this. Boom. Option T. Got a bit of a falling channel here. See that? So we're watching as this pushes up into this zone where we have this thing as well. We're watching this zone. If this were just to go right into this $23 mark, then we'd be looking at, basically attacking this high right at this zone here, about $30. But it's looking like it's trying to make the move, but it's not there yet with all these bearish signals on the BitLab dashboard here on the BitLab Trend Fuel. Now, remember, if you want to get these indicators, all you have to do is go to that lab.bitlabacademy.com, lab.bitlabacademy.com/deal. You can see it right next to my name there. And when you sign up here, you lock in a huge discount for the lifetime of your membership. You get access to so many different people, traders, charts. I update all my altcoin portfolios and everything in there, as well as member streams. And then once you sign up there, then you have the opportunity to upgrade and get the indicators and the courses that you get them both together there. And it's also severely discounted. Now, it's time to give you guys $100. I think it's time for that. So make sure, if you haven't yet, no KYC, no VPN needed. I think it's everywhere but the UK. Go and retweet this tweet. You get the last opportunity right now. Make sure that you have a CoinW account. It takes you about 38 seconds to sign up. And we're going to be rolling out that Telegram signals group here. And don't let anybody give you a Telegram signals group that's Kelly Kellum unless you're getting it here on the live stream, because there's so many fake profiles out there. And I will be making sure you guys get that. So let's go ahead and do the comment picker. Comment picker. Boom. Let's do it. I want to give you guys some money. And also, I got something else I'm going to give you. I got another special deal I'm going to give you here in just a second. Twitter picker, boom. Let's go. By the way, I love you all. I want you all to win in this market. The more you win, the more all of us win. That's what this is about. Now, while I give you guys about 2 seconds longer to get that all sorted, I'll pull to retweet and all that kind of stuff. I'll wait a second to pull this. I do want to tell you, you guys saw me the other day. I was dragging. I wasn't feeling good. My cousin made this drink. That's my cousin, but I didn't trust it. Healthy. I don't do healthy stuff, no sugar, but I tried it. You guys saw me try it. It is delicious. And he set it up. He said, if you guys are interested, you can head over to theyesdrink.com and use code Kelly20 to get your Yes Drinks right here, the yesdrink.com. Head over here, check it out at least. It's delicious. It's just now starting to blow up. It's a mood elevator, elevates mood, 5 HTPs, got a PEA, no sugar, vitamin B12. Essentially it's a healthy, delicious drink that's a mood elevator that makes you feel good without having the jitters, without needing to drink. It's awesome. Head over here, go to the checkout and use right here, buy now. Use code Kelly20. You get 20% off. I don't get any of it. I just want to give you guys a hookup for something I found that I actually know the person making it, and it's good as hell. So get over there on the Yes Drink. Now let's give you guys $100. Let's boom. Boo. Get Twitter data. 16 people. All right. Somebody's getting $100. Remember, you got to have a membership. You got to have a UID at a CoinW in order to collect. So where is it at? Why doesn't it let me? It's not letting me do it. Get Twitter data. It's not letting me do it. So how about this? Bad Fox, throw out a random number. I'm gonna divide it by a number, and that we're just gonna randomly pick a name from there. Okay. I don't know why that thing's not working. So I'm waiting to see your number, and we're coming here. We're gonna see view post engagements, repost, boom. Everybody's going to be in this. Come on, Bad Fox, give me a number. It doesn't matter what number you pick because it's okay. I was going to do 69 divided by 3. So you said 69, so 69 divided by 3. And then we'll divide that by 3 until we get down to a number. 69 divided by 3, 23. We don't have 23 people divided by 3. So the 7.6, it's rounding up. So 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not me. So it's got to go to the next person. Dukester, you have gotten $100 if you have a UID. I'm going to follow you right now as well. Congratulations to that. Big love to everybody here. I appreciate you. Hope you all have an absolutely fantastic weekend. Make sure you're getting involved with getting that, get your CoinW account. And I forgot to say, protect your future. Make sure you're using the best crypto cold storage solution out there. This channel is powered by Arculus. Head over to getarculus.com. Use code LAB10 for 10% off. Make sure you're protecting your crypto. One tap swap to swap, trade, and store your crypto. Best crypto cold storage solution. Get in there. Get on it. Everybody have an absolutely wonderful weekend. We're going to head over to DGen Alpha now. By the way, the signals that we're going to be doing is going to include tacos. So you're going to be getting signals for DGen, DeFi, and also all the different meme stuff that he does as well. So it's going to be part of the stuff that we are doing here with the CoinW Telegram stuff that we're doing. So big love to everybody. That's all I got. Over and out. Adios.